Going back to the number 27 car, that'll be Dale Jarrett in the 27. The next car will be the number 6 of Jeff Bodine. The 06 will be Harry Gant. The 41 car, the black 41, will be Sterling Marlin. And the white and yellow number 77 will be Michael Waltrip. And Waltrip, by the way, when I saw him down signing autographs, has his nose and face bandaged up a little bit after his mishap. So see how these guys do on the dirt. We know Davey Allison has some experience, and Jeff Bodine has some experience on the dirt a long time ago. And Davey Allison spins the number 91 car down in turn number 4, and that gives a big cheer from the crowd. Jeff Bodine in the 6 car. That is a car usually driven by Doug Fry, the 06 car, usually driven by Jeff Smith. The 27 car being driven by Jarrett is the car normally driven by Carl Graves. So Jeff Bodine looks like he's finding his way around the Silver Spring Speedway fairly well. Dale Jarrett not looking too shabby, as is Sterling Marlin going by there in the 41 car. The Silver Springs Speedway hosted an autograph session with all of these drivers, and a very nice turnout. And these guys are getting to sign quite a few autographs here tonight. So the checkered flag falls on the fast warm-up session for the Winston Cup Stars.
Heads up to the pits. We have a race car coming through the pit area, gentlemen.
Welder training.
We'll be competing here this evening in the 25-lap Ranger Select Race of Champions. Our first gentleman from Colorado, North Carolina, driver of the Interstate Battery number 18. He was a Winston Cup winner last year at Michigan, has had a second-place finish this season, has over $1 million in Winston Cup career earnings. Welcome to Silver Spring and Dale Jarrett. Silver Spring, thanks a lot for coming out.
Thanks for having us here. This is great to see all these people out here tonight, and we certainly appreciate your support, and it's good to see you. We don't get to do enough of this getting around the country, but having a great time.
That's great, Dale. A couple questions for you here. I think you probably have one of the more famous car owners outside of Winston Cup racing. Of course, a lot of famous car owners in Winston Cup racing. But how is it running for Joe Gibbs? Does he try calling the singles once in a while?
Sometimes, yeah. He gets into a little football lingo sometimes. We don't exactly understand, but he's great. He'll be up here in this area in just a few weeks with the Redskins in camp. And I know a lot of Redskins fans. Yeah.
One thing I did want to ask you in regards to the Redskins, what about last year when you were getting the team together and Joe was in the middle of the Super Bowl? Quite an exciting time for you.
Yeah, it really was. You know, we thought that everything was going well putting the team together, and Then as he went to the playoffs, Joe invited myself and Jimmy Makar and our wife to the Super Bowl, so we'll added things to go along with the race team there, but it was quite exciting to go up there and watch the Redskins win.
How does he like the Winston Cup circuit so far?
Oh, great. He's been to all but 2 races. He's so excited. You know, he wants to go back to football and try to win the Super Bowl for the 2nd straight year, but he also wants to be at the Winston Cup races when we get our first victory.
Well, Dale, we know your car is a winner of the Super Bowl. We know you're going to make him a winner also. Let me ask you this. You have a famous father involved in auto racing for many years. How did you get started in auto racing?
I guess, you know, it's by chance there at Hickory Speedway, and where I grew up, my dad was promoter of the track for a while, and after he resigned there, I got involved in it, working on my brother's car, and then started to drive. So it was on a short track, basically like this, except it had pavement on it.
Right. Have you run much dirt in your career?
No, not a lot. They'll be able to tell that here in a minute, but we have a good time. I enjoy it. I think it makes me a better race driver the more I get to run it, because there are a lot that these guys do, and there's some great drivers around on the dirt in the country.
What do you think about the rest of the season on the Winston Tour?
We're looking forward to it. You know, we've run fairly well for a new team. We've had some mechanical problems, but I got a great crew and good engines from Hendrick Motorsports, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
Well, again, we appreciate you coming here. We'll be driving the car number 27 of Carl Graves, who'll be starting on the pole, Mr. Dale Jarrett. Thanks again, Dale. Now the driver from Columbia, Tennessee. He's driver the Junior Johnson Maxwell House copy number 22. Has over $3 million in career Winston Cup earnings, again following in his famous father's footsteps. Silver Spring, let's welcome Sterling Marlin. Sterling, the word is you really get it on in these Race of Champions series. You dirt man at heart?
No, it's about my 5th career start here, and it's a lot of fun. You'll have a good time when we run dirt, and got to start and tail end tonight, so maybe we can come through there.
Well, they put you, that's Bruce Patrum now, put you in the back end. You'll have to say something to him.
Well, I got started on a pole up in, where was that the other night, Parkersburg, West Virginia, so I guess it serves right. We're starting the rear, try to come through there.
We would like to mention to the fans that these 6 drivers have been doing this all weekend. They started out Friday night in West Virginia, Saturday night they were in Louisville, and now tonight here at Silver Spring. And I think they should all be commended for the patience that they've shown, signing the autographs. These guys are doing a great job coming out here to see you fans in Pennsylvania. And we really do appreciate it. Sterling, tell us one thing. You're involved in a 2-car team in Winston Cup Series. What are some of the benefits and some of the drawbacks of a 2-car team?
Well, you know, we just, the both cars in one shop, and, you know, we basically do our thing, and, you know, build the cars the way we want them, and, you know, they do their thing. So, Junior, he'll come in and, you know, give us directions every now and then.
What about, do you exchange much information then?
Well, not really. You know, like I said, they do, well, you know, sometimes we run a Banjo chassis and they'll run a Laughlin chassis, and, you know, basically they got all the same cars, and we've been experimenting with some different chassis, and we're going to try to get back, it was standard stuff the last half of the season.
Well, listen, best of luck the rest of the season in the Winston Cup Tour again. Welcome to Silver Spring. Thanks an awful lot for coming.
Great. Glad to be here. I'd like to thank all the fans for coming.
Sterling Marlin, ladies and gentlemen. Gentleman with us. We weren't sure he'd be able to make the tour this weekend. He's here, he's a little bandaged up, but I think we owe this gentleman a nice round of applause for making the special effort to be here tonight. Has over $2 million in career earnings in Winston Cup racing, Michael Waltrip, driver of the Pennzoil number 30. Michael, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. The last couple of days have been tough. We raced dirt on Friday night and then a little half-mile asphalt last night, so got a lot of racing in, and the asphalt isn't quite as bad on bruised ribs as dirt is. There's some holes out here you got to maneuver, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last. I'm going to try to run the whole race, but I don't know. I got to run a little race next Saturday afternoon that I better make sure I'm ready for.
Well, listen, Michael, we do appreciate you making the extra effort to be here. Now, I had a lot of calls this weekend. We had you, of course, scheduled in this program. We had a lot of calls wondering if you'd be able to make it. Jeff's over here hitting the ambulance button. The ambulance can stay where they're at.
Now do you know what it is? Mike might have known what that button was for. We just figured it out.
Now, just because we're interviewing Michael Waltrip, do you have to hit the ambulance button?
You hear it? Y'all be quiet. Hold on. I'm doing that.
Now, as I say, we did have lots of calls, Michael, to see whether or not you could make it. And I had a few of the young ladies that called mention to me that you're single. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. A lot of fun, too.
I'll have to take your word on that. Let us ask you also, how did you get started in auto racing, Michael? And, where did you start? What type of division?
I started racing in Owensboro, Kentucky in 1981 in stock cars, but it was on an asphalt track, and I never really got a chance to run any dirt until 87 or 88, and the fellow that organized this show tonight, Bruce Patram, asked me if I wanted to try running a dirt car back then, and that was the first opportunity I had, and I really enjoyed it. I always admired the guys that run dirt. It looks wild out there, cars side by side and sliding up next to each other, and I didn't know if I could do that or not, and I really wanted a chance to try it, but after doing it for a couple years now, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it's also fun in the winter time to sit at home on Sunday afternoon and watch all those guys race on TV in the dirt cars, because you have kind of an idea how tough it is. You know what they're going through out there.
Did you have to ask Kenny Schrader? He certainly has more dirt experience than anybody on the Winston Cup Tour. You ever...
What?
Jeff, what was that?
So that's why we don't invite him.
That's why Schrader's not here. Well, Michael, again, thanks very much for making the effort to be here. We wish you the best. Stay off that cushion tonight with those bad ribs.
I will. I'll probably just take it easy. Looking forward to football season like Dale Jarrett is, so I can watch my Cowboys kick the Redskins' butt.
Michael Waltrip, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we have a man, one of the first drivers to make it big in the Winston Cup circuit from the Northeast, from Chemung, New York. He's the winner of over $6 million in Winston Cup racing, has 11 career Winston Cup wins, and this gentleman has done something Dale Earnhardt has never done. He's the winner of the Daytona 500.
On the side of a race car, though. Don't try to cause trouble with Dale and I. We're good friends.
I know you do race real close together. How about these guys? All six of you traveling around. Now, obviously, you get along pretty well, but there has to be some of these guys you don't really care for.
I don't like any of them.
Well, you'll be driving the Doug Fry number 6 tonight, starting 4, so maybe you can get up there a little bit. A couple things here for you, Jeff. When I started going to auto races, I watched you at the Langhorne Speedway. That's how you got your start and modified. You drove the Valiant number 99 at that point. That was a pre-Dick Armstrong era, I believe. But tell the fans a little bit how you got started in auto racing.
Well, I grew up at a track a little smaller than this, but a little dirt track my father and grandfather built. Started racing go-karts at 5, and here I am today.
Well, I'll tell you what, this track my grandfather and father built, and I started racing here, but I only lasted 1 year because they made me quit.
That's right.
The driver of the Motorcraft number 15 on the Winston Cup circuit won the 125-mile qualifier race at Daytona this year. What do you think about the rest of the year? You've been very consistent so far. In fact, I believe you had the most laps completed of anyone on the Winston Cup circuit this season.
Now, you're talking about my brother, I take it. We have any Ford fans here? This year and won all those races. Well, we're going to start running good with a Motorcraft car, and we appreciate everybody coming out tonight, standing in line for those autographs, and we're going to put a good show on for you here. Try to anyway. And maybe we'll come back here some other time and do it again.
Jeff, thanks very much. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most popular drivers on the Winston Cup Tour. Last year, in the month of September, he drove to 4 consecutive wins. Spring, let's welcome Harry Gant. Harry, one of the things that I think the fans really do admire about you, you have over $6 million in career earnings in Winston Cup. You still take the time to come out here and meet the fans. I know we saw you last year at the York County Racing Club banquet, and we just think it's great.
Well, we want to thank all the fans here in Pennsylvania. That's our biggest state for our fan club. We got more members out of Pennsylvania than other states. We're glad to see them here tonight.
Well, we're glad you could bring the Race of Champions series here to Pennsylvania. And one question I do have for you, Jeff alluded to it. What about these Fords in this Winston Cup Tour?
They're fast.
How about the rest of the year? Are we going to catch up to them?
I know we got to do some work too, but we hope we can. But it's going to be pretty tough. Davey and the rest of them Fords, Jeff, they all running good.
Well, you started out, you were second in Winston Cup points, now fourth. Any chance of putting some pressure on this guy back here in a 28 car?
It's awful hard. Maybe we might pick up a little bit, but we'll wait and see. You might have to wait till September again.
There we go. We'll be waiting for September. Harry, thanks very much. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And now the driver who's having a career year in Winston Cup racing. He's the current point leader. He's the winner of 4 Winston Cup events, including the 1992 Daytona 500, as well as the winner of the Winston at Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Davey Allison. Davey, welcome to Pennsylvania.
Boy, it sure sounds like there's a lot of Harry Gant fans up here. There's a lot of our fans up here, too. I tell you, there's just a lot of everybody's fans out here. It's great to see everybody. We've had a great time up here. These cars are a little different than what we're accustomed to, but we've been out there having some fun. I've already spun out once just to make sure everybody knows I can still do it.
Yeah, but you looked awful fast up to that point. Let me ask you here a couple questions. Of course, you had one of the more exciting wins in recent Winston Cup racing there at Charlotte under the lights. Tell us, do you remember that event yet?
Well, I remember starting the race, and I remember running the race, and I remember seeing the checkered flag, and the next thing I knew, the lights went out. So
even though Humpy had the lights there, your lights went out at that point. Tell us, though, what did you think of lights at Charlotte?
Well, we all had a lot of fun. The racetrack was very well lit. Your depth perception was off just a little bit because you didn't have the reference points in the infield and on the outside of the racetrack. But I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun. I think that's something that we'll see more of.
I was going to ask that. Do you think more tracks will look at that as an option?
Well, I think some probably will look at it, but the only one that'll really be able to be successful with it will be Charlotte.
Well, they certainly seem to be very successful with that one, and we're glad you had such a big part of it. One other question here. What about the test in Indianapolis?
Man, I'll tell you, we were all surprised over there. The racetrack was really smooth, a lot of room for racing our kind of cars, and it looks like if NASCAR and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway can get together, maybe we'll go up there and have a Winston Cup race in the Midwest.
There we go, Winston Cup in Indianapolis, a definite possibility. What about the Ford dominance this year, Davey?
I'm glad to be in one right now, I can tell you that.
No doubt about it. With Robert Yates, you have one of the best.
Yeah, Robert's always been good with engines, even when he worked on the GM cars, but I'm glad to have him on my side with the Fords right now. Our cars are working good, the aerodynamics are good on them, making good horsepower. Larry McReynolds and Robert Yates and everybody at the shop has just done a super job for me. And, if we can keep working like we have been, maybe we can go ahead and get this championship this year.
Well, in addition to that championship, we know that you have over $1 million in earnings already. What about that $1 million bonus waiting for you?
Well, there's $1 million bonus that I'm more concerned about than the other one. If we go to Darlington and we win down there, we can get $1 million bonus from R.J. Reynolds. But that $1 million at the end of the season means an awful lot more.
That's the one that's important. One thing now, the fans of Pennsylvania, I know we had a lot of people asking, why don't you tell us how's your dad?
Well, he's doing great. He's been traveling around with their Winston Cup team. They've had a tough season. It's been real up and down, but he's been helping my younger brother Clifford out on the ARCA circuit, and they've been really running good. They've got 2 seconds and a 5th and a 9th, I think it was, at Pocono. He'll be back up at Pocono again later on in July.
Well, Davey, is he going to race again? Somebody wants to know?
Well, I don't know if he'll ever drive a car or not, but he says he'd sure like to if he feels like he's recovered enough to be competitive. And if he says that he's recovered to that point, you better watch out.
Well, the fans from Pennsylvania certainly wish him the best. Jarrett, before we close, we want to thank you especially for taking all the extra time up there at the autograph line. I know it's tough for you, like I say, 3 straight nights. We even had a movie to the back here to get going a little bit, but you didn't let anybody down. We really appreciate it.
Well, we hope we took care of as many people as we could. You know, we stayed out there as long as we could, and they had to bring us over here so we could get started. But, you know, it's great to see everybody. Hopefully we can get back up here again sometime.
But we sure enjoy that. One other thing, you'll be starting second in the feature event, driving one of our most popular drivers' cars, the Flying Jimmy Bernheisel, number 91. Keep that thing in a straight line now.
Well, we'll try, but I'll tell you, our dirt racing prowess is not what it is on that asphalt.
Davey, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, have
We're lined up ready to go with the NASCAR Winston Cup Stars All-Star Race.
We are going to give you a clue from the booth. We are going to count
Here's the lineup.
3, and at the end of 3,
And
say, gentlemen, start your...
the fans are about to give the command to start their engines. But here's the lineup. Dale Jarrett will be driving the 27 car inside the front row. Starting second will be the number 91 of Davey Allison. Starting third will be the 06 of Harry Gant. And starting in the 4th spot will be the number 6 of Jeff Bodine. And in the final row will be the number 77 being driven by Michael Waltrip. And then the number 41 of Sterling Marlin. Okay, and the crowd giving the drivers the command to start their engines, and we're away and ready to go with this one. It'll be 25 laps. Speedway promoter Alan Kreitzer interviewing all the drivers down on the flag stand. Doing a fine job. And it's great to see all these drivers here tonight taking the time out to sign a lot of autographs. A great crowd on hand here tonight. Here you see the field coming out of turn number 4 behind the Silver Springs pace car. The crowd giving them a wave. Dale Jarrett, Davey Allison in the first row. The second row, Harry Gant and Jeff Bodine. The third row, Mike Waltrip and Sterling Marlin. Michael Waltrip suffering from injuries last week. And he had his nose all bandaged up. He looked kind of in rough shape down at the autograph session, but he's going to give it a try here tonight, see how far he can go, or if he can go for 25 laps. The lights are off on the pace car, so we'll be ready to go next time around. So a couple of these guys with a little bit of dirt experience, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, fans. It'll be up to Dale Jarrett in the 27 car. He is the pole sitter and pace setter.
So the Winston Cup All-Stars in the Silver Springs Limited Late Model Division. Here they come. The green flag is out. Davey Allison outside front row goes out into the lead. There comes Jarrett back on the inside. Jeff Bodine is third. Fourth is Sterling Marlin. Fifth is Harry Gant. And sixth is Michael Waltrip. Jarrett hanging down in that low groove. Davey Allison on the outside, coming by to complete lap number 1. It's Davey Allison, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Bodine, Sterling Marlin, and Harry Gant. Michael Waltrip pulling into the pits. And he said in his interview he may not be able to go very far with his sore ribs. So Mike Waltrip will call it a night early tonight. There goes Dale Jarrett on the inside of Davey Allison, and Dale Jarrett takes the lead. Allison back to second, and there comes Jeff Bodine in the number 6 car. Allison trying to run that outside groove. Bodine down low. Here they come by the start-finish line. It's Dale Jarrett, Davey Allison, Jeff Bodine putting on a lot of pressure. 3 laps down through turn number 2. Allison is able to hold off Bodine for second. Bodine got a little out of shape, had to drop back. Sterling Marlin now giving that number 41 a ride as he gets on the tail end of Jeff Bodine. Harry Gant bringing up the rear in the 06. Jarrett goes a little high, but Allison can't get down because Jeff Bodine goes by underneath for second. Allison again up in the marbles. There comes Bodine down low, and now Jeff Bodine underneath Dale Jarrett as they come into turns 1 and 2. 6 laps down in this 25-lap event. And Sterling Marlin goes around over in turn number 2, but he keeps that car running and gets right back underway. Here's your battle for the lead. Jeff Bodine is the new leader as he got underneath Dale Jarrett, and the yellow flag is out. They'll give Sterling Marlin a chance to catch back up to the pack. So Sterling Marlin bringing out the yellow flag. He kept the car going, but to give Sterling a chance to get back up to the pack, they threw the yellow flag. So we have Jeff Bodine in the lead, followed by Dale Jarrett. Davey Allison running 3rd. Harry Gant is 4th. And Sterling Marlin in the 5th spot. All lined up double file for the restart. Sir lined up ready to go. Jeff Bodine will bring the field through turn number 4. Here they come, and the green flag is out. Dale Jarrett on the outside of the front row gets the jump. We have 5 laps down in this 25-lap event. There comes Bodine back on the inside. Jeff Bodine, Dale Jarrett, Davey Allison, and Sterling Marlin on the outside, really flying in that black number 41 car. Here they come down the front straightaway. Dale Jarrett noses that number 27 car out in the lead. There comes Bodine back on the inside. Davey Allison runs 3rd. Sterling Marlin right there in the 4th spot. Harry Gant runs in the 5th position. Here they come. It's Jeff Bodine leading lap number 7 over Dale Jarrett. Davey Allison, Sterling Marlin now dropping back just a bit. There comes Davey Allison on the inside of Jarrett. Jarrett really going into 3 and 4 hot, and he's able to hold on, but Allison will go by on the inside. Jarrett really fast through 3 and 4, now going high in 1 and 2. There comes Allison underneath Jeff Bodine, and Davey Allison taking a run down on the inside, challenging Jeff Bodine for the lead. Here they come. It's Jeff Bodine leading lap number 9. Allison hanging right there on the inside, and Allison goes out into the lead. It's Davey Allison, now your leader. Jeff Bodine is 2nd. 3rd is Jarrett, but Jarrett goes high, and there comes Sterling Marlin down on the inside. And Marlin takes over the 3rd spot, and he will try to reel in Jeff Bodine and Davey Allison. 10 laps down in this 25-lap event. There comes your leader, Davey Allison, followed by Jeff Bodine, Sterling Marlin, Dale Jarrett, and Harry Gant. 11 laps completed. There goes Bodine taking a run on the inside of Allison. Allison getting a little high through turns 3 and 4. Here they come down the front straightaway. Allison hangs on, but Bodine sticking the nose of that number 6 car down low. Side by side through 3 and 4, and there goes Bodine back out into the lead. Allison coming right back though on the outside. Here they come. The halfway sign is out. It's Jeff Bodine followed by Davey Allison. And now Allison back out in the lead as they go down the back straightaway. Bodine trying to come back on the inside. Allison and Bodine have broken away from the rest of the field as they complete 14 laps. Davey Allison and Jeff Bodine showing away. Allison running that high groove, Bodine staying down low. And Jeff Bodine had the lead as they went by on lap number 15. But Bodine sliding a little high, giving Allison that lead back. What a battle between these two Winston Cup stars. Jeff Bodine in the number 6 down on the inside. Davey Allison on the outside. Allison leads lap number 16. And they are leaving the rest of the field over a straightaway behind as Dale Jarrett, Harry Gant, and Sterling Marlin running in their own little race back in the back of the field. There come the leaders. Davey Allison holding on as they go by to complete lap number 17. Allison now with a little bit of an advantage as they head down the back straightaway. It's still Allison and Bodine out in front. Jarrett is third, Gant is fourth, Marlin is fifth. There you see the battle. Dale Jarrett in front of that pack. Harry Gant and Sterling Marlin. Now Allison going a little high. Bodine trying to work his way underneath. And there come the leaders by the start-finish line to complete lap number 19. Well, Allison with a couple of car lengths now between himself and Bodine as they come through turns 3 and 4. Davey Allison and Jeff Bodine, Dale Jarrett, Harry Gant, and Sterling Marlin. 20 laps completed. Allison again running high, Bodine trying that low groove. Allison holding on to a slim lead as they go by to complete lap number 21. There goes Jeff underneath Davey as they go down the back straightaway. Allison holding on. There comes Bodine down on the inside once again. Allison up high. Some good racing between these two guys as they go by to complete lap number 22. Jeff Bodine staying with Davey Allison as they head down the back straightaway. Allison again running that high groove. Bodine staying about in the middle of the speedway. The 2-lap sign is out. Davey Allison and Jeff Bodine. Now the 2-lap sign out for the rest of the field, and Davey and Jeff give them a couple more laps and they'll catch up to the tail end of the field. The white flag is out. Allison with a couple of car lengths over Jeff Bodine as they head into 1 and 2. Now down the back straightaway. Allison stretching out that lead over Bodine. Here they come. And now problems as two cars get together. Here come the leaders. Yellow flag is out. Harry Gant got together with Sterling Marlin. They bring out the yellow flag before the checkered is thrown. And there you see the damage on Sterling Marlin's car as he goes by the start-finish line. So we'll have the green and then checkered. This will give Bodine a chance to close it back up. And now they are going to checkered flag the event. And Davey Allison will take the win over Jeff Bodine. So Davey Allison will take the win. Jeff Bodine is second. Dale Jarrett will be third. And fourth is undetermined with Sterling Marlin. I think Harry Gant will get fourth. Sterling Marlin will get fifth. But some really good racing between Davey Allison and Jeff Bodine. What a show those two guys put on, showing their dirt track experience. There's Jeff out the car. Davey Allison climbing out the number 91, the Jim Bernheisel driven normally driven by Jim Bernheisel. So
As the drivers get out of their cars, ladies and gentlemen, everybody put their hands together. The pride of NASCAR!
and the crowd really appreciating the racing they saw here tonight. These guys put on a really good show. And for the amount of time these guys get to spend on dirt, Allison and Bodine really gave the crowd something to cheer about. So the winner once again, Winston Cup point leader, Davey Allison, driving the number 91 car, Jeff Bodine second.
I expected to be coming around there and be racing Jeff. I saw him keep sneaking up on the inside, and I kept watching for him, and the next thing I saw, there were two cars sitting over here, and I didn't know which way to go first.
Well, you look pretty good. What do you think of the limited late models and, of course, here on dirt? You look really fast.
I tell you what, this is a great racetrack, and these cars really drive good. I had a good time out there. I thought I was going to spin out a couple times. I got hooked up with somebody over here coming off the forward once, and I was pointing toward the outside wall for a second, but we gathered it back up and went on.
No doubt about that. Tell us one thing. Did you get a chance to watch a Sportsman at all? I know earlier in the night you were saying, boy, I don't know if I'd like to try those or not.
No, I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to stick to driving what I know best, and that's those Winston Cup stock cars.
Well, we hope you do and wish you continued success. Davey Allison, ladies and gentlemen, right here at Silver Spring. With the feature winner of the racing champions here at Silver Spring. How about a nice round of applause for these car owners and crews that donated the cars for this 25-lap event. I'd like to thank the Yingling brothers for the use of the 91 car, the Red Wing shoe number 6 driven by Dale Fry, Don Dialer in the 27 car, the 41 Mac Tool machine of Jay Hoover, the Lenscrafter number 77. See you later. All right.
Limited